I ghosted a guy because he refused to do anything but go out for drinks on our first date, and now I'm creeped out by his response that it's a shame because I would be a fun drunk. I, 20F, had been talking to this guy, 22M, for about a month. We knew each other from high school, he was a senior, and reconnected recently. The conversations were fun, flirty, and I was open to meeting him in person to see where things might go. When we started planning a first date, he kept suggesting we go to a bar and get drinks. I personally don't feel super comfortable drinking with someone I haven't met properly yet, especially on a first date. That kind of setting, especially as a woman, can feel a little unsafe or just not ideal unless I already know/trust the person. So I subtly tried to suggest alternatives like coffee or lunch, hoping he'd take the hint. But every time, he pushed for drinks again. It wasn't aggressive or anything, but it felt dismissive of my comfort. After a few back and forths like this, I ended up just losing interest and stopped replying. Now I'm wondering, was that unfair of me? Should I have been more direct instead of ghosting him? Or was I right to just dip if I wasn't feeling respected or unsure? I made up an excuse as to why I could not meet him, family commitment, when he just wouldn't budge on the drinks idea. Commenter: You should have said I'm not comfortable going for drinks yet, but I'd love to grab coffee sometime. Be more direct. Commenter 2: You made the right call. The guy ignored your discomfort and kept pushing you to get drinks. Why is he fixated on getting you tipsy? I would have ghosted him too because his intentions feel sketchy and because he knew that you didn't want to get drinks, yet he kept trying to steamroll you to get his own way. Maybe he's a drunk and maybe he's a perv. Either way, he's not a good choice. Well done, you. Update. Hi again. I didn't expect my original post to get so much attention. This is my first time making an update post, but thank you to everyone who shared their perspectives, especially those who took the time to understand the cultural and safety context of dating in India. So I thought I'd give a small update since a lot of you suggested being direct rather than ghosting, just to see how he reacts and confirm my instincts. To clarify, I had actually cancelled our earlier plan by giving the excuse of family commitments because I was already feeling weird about the drinks thing, not just straight up stop replying like some comments thought. But after reading the responses here, I decided to be more honest, for closure, if nothing else. So when he called, I said something like, "We can try to meet next weekend if you're still up for it, but I'd really prefer not to go for drinks." I even suggested some of my favorite coffee spots as response. 1. He said he usually goes to the gym or works during the day, so was hoping to meet a little later. Which? Fine, that's understandable since he does freelance work. 2. But then he followed it up with, "But I bet you'd be very fun drunk." Yeah. That creeped me out more than I expected. Not only did it dismiss what I just said again, it also gave off the exact vibe I was trying to avoid, like the main appeal of the date was how I behave after drinking. I ended up giving vague answers to his follow-ups and haven't taken the conversation further. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to. Commenter: If he had any interest in getting to know her outside of in the bedroom, he wouldn't be pushing so hard to get her to drink. He doesn't want to do coffee or any other date because that won't immediately lead to intimacy, and he doesn't want to invest meaningful time on OP. Commenter 2: Yeah, this guy has a drinking problem. And a boundary problem. And an ethical problem. But they won't be your problems. Don't take anything to do with this man further.